The title of this video comes to us from Seneca. Cease to hope, and you will cease to fear. Cease to hope for external events to happen in a certain way. Cease to hope for material possessions to come into your possession, and cease to hope for any and everything that is outside of your control. Because if you can cease to hope, then you will cease to fear. When you think about it, what else is tragedy other than a situation where we were denied an external that we thought we needed? Epictetus tells us that. Tragedies are just external events that we gave our well-being over to. And if you're a person of God or a higher power or just trust in the universe, whatever it may be, then you should understand that God's will is perfect and that whatever God wills is good. And there's no need for you to hope in externals and materials and situations to happen. What you should really hope for is for things to turn out the way they do, for things that God wills to happen. You should ask God to make your will His will. No, His will, your will. That's what you should ask God, because God knows best. In the Bible it says human wisdom is foolish. And it truly is. You truly don't know what you need. You do not know. You know what you want, but you don't know what you need. But God knows. And when situations are happening to you and they're not going how you hoped and you are therefore suffering, you are missing the reason it is happening to you. You are missing your chance to become better for it happening to you. If you stand on your misfortune, you become better. If you use your misfortune, you become better. Marcus Aurelius tells us that the obstacle is the way. He says the full quote is, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." And if you can look at situations like this and understand that things that are happening to you that are not happening how you wanted them to happen to you, if you can just get out of that mind frame and get out of that headspace and just look at it from a different angle and think, how can I grow from this? What is in my control right now? Because sometimes all you can do is just bear it nobly. And isn't that so much better than whining and complaining? Nobody wants to hear you whining and complaining. And you could help other people who are going through the same situation as you if you're bearing it nobly and you're not whining and you're not complaining. Because if you're not, and they look over at you, they see that you're going through the same thing they are, but there's something different about you. You look happy. You're not complaining. You look like you're perfectly fine and nothing's even happening to you. But they know you're going through the same thing that they are, and they're barely keeping themselves together. So you can be a light for other people by bearing things nobly, by withstanding things, by standing on your misfortune and becoming better for it, and finding the bright side of all situations, because all situations have a bright side. All misfortune has misfortune, or all misfortune has fortune embedded in it, and it's up to you to find it. It's not going to jump out and hit you in the face. It's not obvious. But if you truly try and you can truly get out of the headspace of saying poor me and complaining, you have that much more time energy, power to look at the situation and figure out what is in your control and how this can make you better for future situations and circumstances. Because isn't that all that really matters? You know, Marcus Aurelius also says, you could be good today, but you choose tomorrow. You know, don't put things off till tomorrow. If you're going through a bad situation, day in and day out, and you're complaining, don't hear this and be like, oh, well, tomorrow, I'll stop complaining. I think these points are good. Tomorrow I'll put into action. No, you got to do it right here, right now, because the present moment is all you have, and it is all you will ever have. And if you keep putting things off to the next time, it's just gonna get harder. I like to think of habits and behaviors as like, all right, let's say you have a stick, and say you're trying to build a habit on going to the gym 6 days a week, and it's Friday, or no, it's Saturday, it's your last day, and you went to the gym 5 days that week. You have a stick, and you're either going to put it in the pile of going to the gym and building that habit, or you're going to put it in the pile of not building the habit and not going to the gym. And then the next time you have to go to the gym, because say 6 days a week, Sunday would be your rest day, Monday would be the next time, it's going to be that much harder. You're going to be 2 days removed from the habit that you're trying to be consistent in. Last time you failed to be disciplined and do something that you didn't really want to do, but do it because you knew you had to do it. So it's going to be that much harder to do it. And that goes for anything. If that's resisting food, resisting lust, resisting greed, telling the truth, being upright, honest, just, whatever it may be. Whatever you're trying to improve in, whenever you slip back and you don't perform the action you're trying to be better in, think of you putting a stick into the pile of getting worse, of not getting better, of falling back down into the person you used to be and not getting closer to the person you want to become. And think of it the other way. When you do make that action, you go to the gym, you say no to that food, you're honest when it's not easy to be honest. You don't give in to lust and temptation when you have all that passion and desire and temptation inside of you. You can add that stick to the good pile of getting better in matters of supreme importance and things that truly matter and things that are going to help you live for the next life and not this life.